Hey friends, today we're talking about self-control. My name's Adam, and this is the Daily Dose. When I think about Jesus and I look at his life, if you look at the Gospel of Matthew chapter 1 and 2, between chapter 2 and chapter 3, there's about 20-some year break there. We don't know a lot about his teenage years and all that he was when he was a young man. Then he comes back on the scene about the age of 30. In chapter 3, he's baptized by John the Baptist. You can read that account for yourself. Remember, the sky is ripped open, the dove comes down. We hear the voice of the Father, "This is my Son in whom I'm well pleased. Listen to him and to do what he says." And then in chapter 4, something very, very important takes place. It's a lengthy passage, but let me read it to you. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, I don't know if you've ever fasted, but 40 days and 40 nights without food, whoa, he was hungry. I think that's an understatement. The tempter came to him and said, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread." And Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city, and he had him stand at the highest point on the temple. "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down. For it is written, he will command his angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone." But Jesus answered him, and he said this, "It is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test." Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain, and he showed him all the kingdoms of the world and all their splendor. "If you bow down and you worship me, I will give you all of this." And then Jesus said to him, "Away from me, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him alone." Jesus exercised the fruit of the Spirit, of self-control in the midst of temptation. When he was hungry, when he was lonely, when the enemy appealed not only to his physical appetites, but to the appetites of power and authority and ego, Jesus said, "No, I'm not having that." And if you notice, the way in which he exercised self-control was not by what he could do, but by what the Father's word, God's word through his mouth, is what helped him, is what helped Jesus to exercise self-control. If Jesus needed the word to help him exercise self-control, how much more do you and I? We need to know God's word so that when we are tempted, we can exercise the fruit of the Spirit of self-control, can guard our lives so that we will not sin and that we will worship God alone. Man, that was good. God bless you. I love you, and I will see you next time on the Daily Dose.